Joe Serna.
All right, this next round at 185, again, an MMA amateur debut set between Joe Serna and Guirlando.
Yeah, these are some big boys. I will say, you know, the weight class 185 middleweight, but they both, I believe, cut a lot of weight. I didn't see Joe Serna at the weigh-in yesterday, but I know Guirlando, definitely a big boy. From the pictures I've seen of Serna, looks to be a pretty big boy in his own right.
Absolutely. I will say both of them compete a lot in jiu-jitsu tournaments. Very interested to see how well that translates into and if there's any changes with the striking coming from both these gentlemen.
Yeah, I have no idea about, you know, either one of their striking credentials, how good they are, whatever. Both of them have great jiu-jitsu tournament records, competed 20, 30 matches in the last year, from what I could find. It's a lot of experience. Of course, getting in the cage, getting in front of the crowd, strikes involved, everything changes, but, you know, it does help prepare you to some extent.
Monroe, Louisiana. Welcome to the arena, Guirlando.
Big crowd reaction out of Guirlando, fighting out of Triad. Actually, I believe lives in Calhoun, which is only like 20 minutes from here. So a local fighter making his MMA debut. Training out of Triad, though, because as we said, Triad fighters, a lot of experience out of that gym. Several pro fighters, including the main card tonight.
Yeah, wearing a Snuggie to the cage as he strips it off to reveal an athletic body. Is he an athlete, Brock?
Oh, I believe we're talking college-level athlete here, Chase. I believe college football.
Okay, wow. Wow.
I even think played some basketball. As you'll see, he is not a short man.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
I've actually trained and rolled with him a few times, and yeah, light would not be in the definition.
Was he very strong?
Incredibly strong, and I will say something for the grappler strength. You know, a lot of people don't understand the isometric tension or the steady hold sometimes required in jiu-jitsu, and Garrett's the man with that kind of body and that kind of strength. I'd love to see how that translates to his striking, see how loose he is as a fighter, but also excited to see this matchup. I believe he's the slightly taller of the two, but just barely. Both of these guys.
Monroe, Louisiana. Our next bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the 185-pound division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, making his Delta Fighting Championship amateur debut. Standing 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing 185 pounds. Coming to you from San Antonio, Texas, and Dominion MMA. Give it up for Mr. Joe Serna. His adversary, ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, also making his Delta Fighting Championship amateur debut. Standing 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing 185.8 pounds. Coming to you from Calhoun, Louisiana, and Triad Martial Arts Academy. Raise the roof for Guirlando!
6 foot.
Third man in charge of the action, Mr. Basil Majoub. Monroe, Louisiana, let's get it on!
Being held, the banner being held by Mr. Gunner, another strong athlete out of Triad who knocked a man while on his back. Just to shout out to you, Mr. Thorson, I see you. All right, action begins. No glove touch, straight to the action and right to a groin shot on the kick. Yeah. Always a delayed reaction with that cup. Very hard, very difficult.
Yeah, I actually saw the strike. I thought landed in the groin, and then he didn't do anything. And then about a second and a half later, he crumbles. I was wondering there for a moment.
Absolutely. It's kind of a delayed pain.
Yeah, I would say especially with the adrenaline, you know, that they're feeling right now. I would say it's a bit unfortunate that his MMA career starts like this. 10 seconds in, he's getting kicked
for both gentlemen, right?
Yeah.
You go to kick, throw a kick. It doesn't land where you want it to land. 1 minute of recovery. Basil doing a little bit of a chat with the opponent in the blue corner.
Yeah, so you get up to 5 minutes to recover from that. He says he doesn't need it, wants to go again.
Opening with another mid-body kick.
Yeah, switching to southpaw very rapidly. These two guys are trying to get after it. Not a lot thrown, but a lot of posturing here.
All right, Garrett keeping his hands a little low, but palms open. Being a very pressing forward fighter, both men coming forward, catching a kick.
Oh, yeah, he's got to step into that for sure. Yeah, those were 2 big shots he landed. And he rolls under for the leg lock, it looks like, but he's landing big punches.
Absolutely. So Garrett now on top, raining punches in the guard. Must be careful as his opponent grabs the arm.
Yeah, precarious position for both these guys. He's rolling for leg lock. He looked for it a second ago. I'm not sure how familiar.
Moving to another leg lock to the heel hook.
Yeah, I'm not sure how comfortable Garrett is with these, but yeah, it's could get dicey here. But it looks like the knee line's clear. He should be able to just roll through this if he knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. The knee's still clear.
Yeah.
Still holding on, pushing through.
At the moment he's fine, but you see his opponent, kind of pulling that back in. Joe Serna kind of pulling that knee back in, trying to get it, go the knee bar.
But now the foot, there we go. The foot is clear, but he's now the one on bottom.
Again, we saw this earlier, using that leg lock to sweep your opponent essentially.
Absolutely. Garrett back to his feet. Both men ready to re-engage. This time though, 185ers a little gassed halfway through the first round.
Yeah.
That was a lot of action.
But not trying to take a break though. Joe Serna stalking his opponent, catches a couple coming in for it.
All right. Garrett again with a long jab from way outside. Catches the leg kick again.
Yeah.
Walks his opponent to the cage.
Both these guys just kind of wide-eyed, zoned in, locked in, trying to kill each other essentially.
Serna seems to be very much so opening up with the body kick, which is an interesting way to open up salvos.
Yeah. Good knee into the right hand from Garrett Guirlando.
Going back to the open ring.
Finally takes a second. Joe Serna, half-hearted commitment on the way in, is made to pay for it.
That's right, Garrett using another caught leg kick.
Yeah, got to be something he trains. I feel like he could do even more off of that. You have half your opponent's base, their mobility limited.
40 seconds here in the first round. Now Serna has his opponent walk back, but Garrett using the clinch and knees to walk himself out.
And they're definitely showing some fatigue at this point. It's getting more and more sloppy by the second, but can you blame them?
Absolutely. Men at this weight class usually does not go anywhere near this volume.
Yeah, definitely two debut fighters have not burned themselves out in an MMA fight before. But
oh, great shift and leg trip coming on top.
Yeah, landed a couple.
Way to make a statement at the end of the round as we go into our last 5 seconds.
Joe Serna doing a good job wrapping him up, not taking too much damage from there. I will say Garrett Guirlando maybe had a couple of the bigger moments in there, kind of those both those times where he brought him down, landed some shots from the top, but taking a minute to get up and get back to his corner in his stool. Both these guys looking very, very winded, as we'd expect.
All of a sudden, that 1 minute recovery time doesn't seem nearly long enough.
Yeah, both of them are gonna want longer than they're getting for sure. See here in the replay, Garrett Guirlando on top, landing a few punches, securing that top position. Again, that was, not that it was a one-sided round or anything, but maybe some of the bigger moments out of everything that happened.
Absolutely, but did have a pretty decent attempt at a heel hook and did make it, to switch the position. But once the position was switched, didn't quite capitalize off of it as much as he could have, but both showing brilliant flashes for MMA debuts.
And certainly closely enough contested that I'm not picking for sure winner in the second or third round or however long it goes, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised to see either one of them take over, either one of them, or, it just be closely contested all the way through.
Absolutely. Now, if you're in Serna's corner, do you tell him maybe not so many leg kicks? Because that seemed to be what caused the most trouble.
I certainly would not be leading with him, as it looks like he tried to do there, at least attempted at it, feinted at it, whatever. You don't want those to keep getting caught.
Definitely a lower leg kick.
Yeah, kick low if you're going to kick.
Yeah, all the leg kicks now this time have been low kicks, and now an attempt at a takedown from Serna, but Garrett on a good sprawl, instantly switching over to the switch over there. And now you're seeing the length and strength of Garrett, kind of what I was talking about. Most people can't pick up another 185-pound man and just flip him over like he was attempting to do there.
That sprawl he did was so incredibly athletic. He kind of just glided his whole body up.
Absolutely. And again, a guy who's played multi-sports, has shown a lot of natural athleticism and trying to use that to translate into MMA now.
Oh, catches a 1-2 on the way in, or also a 2-1 rather, and a couple more.
2-1. Serna just trying to walk him down, but is so gassed.
It's not pretty, but it's landing.
Oh, both of these men taking deep breaths, trying to find a position. Leg kick, and instantly countered by Garrett with a pretty straight cross. Going to a body shot.
I will say
both men now picking their shots.
Serna definitely showing a lot of fatigue at the moment.
Absolutely,
I think
hands low.
I mean, they're both tired, but I honestly think Guirlando, may be visibly less tired and could potentially take over if he sees what I'm seeing.
Yeah, but his mouth is also open, trying to breathe through that mouthpiece.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the movement of Joe Serna appears to be incredibly labored. Even just kind of that kick picking up as he drops him with the right hand.
Very interesting. So again, Serna went with the kick. But this time when he caught it, Serna seemed to have keyed off of it and went for the cross on the opposite arm.
Yeah, that's something I like to do, kind of holding you in range. If they're not really jacking it up and messing with your base, it's something you can do. Punch them right in the mouth.
Garrett going, pressing for the takedown.
Yeah, going to be hard to get the takedown from here, being chest to chest. I think he could easily kind of drop down to the legs, but he has no interest in that. Wants to keep it standing.
Big man on a barn burner, leg kick instantly again to the cross counter. Both men seem to have kind of found the same shots over and over again.
Yeah, I'll retract what I said a moment ago. They both look incredibly tired.
This time, though, the cross putting Serna on the mats. Serna walking like a zombie, eating it. Love it, though.
Oh,
and there he goes down.
That's got to be it. Yeah.
And there's the call. No longer intelligently defending himself as he crumpled.
It was only one shot, but the way he kind of just rolled over, it could be he's incredibly tired, but it looked like, he at least it looked like he probably went unconscious.
Absolutely. Going to be called more than likely a TKO there. See, just instantly rolling over.
Yeah, and the way Basil Bam Bam Maju right on top of the action, I think that was a great call.
Especially for amateurs, especially for MMA debut.
Yeah.
You have to protect the amateur fighter.
Yeah, he got rolled over on his head, head and back of the neck. That's a heavy shot he ate.
Absolutely. And his opponent, Garrett, just going and sitting down in his corner.
Yeah, can you blame him after all of that?
Absolutely not. The amount of volume those gentlemen threw.
How many kilojoules of power was expended in that matchup?
Definitely eating a big dinner tonight, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the 2-minute, 38-second mark of round number 2, referee Basil Majoub stops in and stops this bout due to strikes with our winner by TKO, the red corner, Barrett Guirlando!
The crowd erupts. The local man taking the win.
17 in small town.
Garrett, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with our winner, Garrett. You get the job done, strikes. You look like you were hurt there for a second. He took you down. You came right back and rebounded. Tell me, what was going through your mind?
I just really, I don't really know what happened. When I just woke up right there, I didn't even know I won. I asked my coach what happened.
Well, you won.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Garrett